Hey.
Hello. Right.
Hey.
Wow, you are loud. Can you hear me?
Am I loud? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Are you got it? Are you using just like
What?
have you got a microphone?
Yeah, I've got a microphone. No, you can hear me through the. I'm just shouting out the window, James. You can hear me from the sun. Yeah. Right. No, sorry. I don't know what's going on with my headset. It's about time that I upgraded, I think. But money, innit?
Yeah. So, what's up, Sega dude? How's things?
Yeah. I mean, not great, but there you go. For starters, we're recording this on the day that the Life is Strange finale has come out, so that doesn't help matters. Doesn't motivate me to talk you through a game that I completed a year ago and can't really remember anymore. But other than that, all right. You?
Yeah, not bad.
I can't really tell you about anything I've played this week. It's just been Destiny.
Oh, okay.
That's
there's a surprise.
The ultimate video game. The game with no flaws and with a great player base. God, what a game that is.
So this has really improved though, yeah? Because I remember, like, before The Taken King came out, you weren't... I mean, I know you really liked it, but there were still clearly problems with it as well.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
So is it massively improved?
Yeah, I mean, it's still... it's kept what makes Destiny so good. The shooting is just, like, incredible. But I guess it's not so much... Maybe it is the game, the way it's done now, it suits me a little bit more, but you build yourself a routine and then you stick to it. Like, it does that thing that some games do where it's like, it's got a daily and it's got a weekly mission and stuff like that, and there's things that you can only do on certain days, and I've ordered a weapon that will turn up tomorrow and I'm really excited about getting it. It's the usual ridiculously addictive stuff that's clearly been designed to drive people mental, and and it works. So that's my problem at the moment, really.
Well, that's good. I mean, as long as you're enjoying playing it, that's all that matters, isn't it?
I am, yeah. There are like certain nights where I'm playing with certain people that don't, they're like, okay, well, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and those things like include running around an open area looking for chests and stuff like that, and that's where you turn around and go, nah, I'm not doing this. This is a waste of everyone's time. But then there are things where it's like, it's genuinely fun. Like, they've got a gunsmith, right? And he has some tasks, but the way to complete his tasks are to hire a weapon off him or borrow a weapon off him. And then there's tasks tied to those weapons. So, you sit there and you do those, like, it's like, oh, get, a certain amount of kills in the Crucible with this weapon. And then all of a sudden you're finding yourself doing this stuff just to level him up, and then, hopefully get to the point where you can start ordering weapons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I
mean, it's all like, obvious gambling traits and stuff like that. And, but I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be able to verbalise what I like about the game and what I don't like about the game, because it's bizarre. It's the sort of game where you get overly defensive about it if people slag it off, but then at the same time get really pissed off with it yourself. So, I don't know. Weird. Bit like Dark Souls, I suppose.
Yeah. Maybe it is a bit like that. Because, I've had similar emotions. Yeah.
Well, I haven't played many RPGs, and, certainly barely any online RPGs and stuff like that. And I just wonder how common all this shit is. Like, how much you actually hate yourself before you realise that maybe you should give up.
Well, you see, I mean, I used to get that when I played Japanese RPGs. Mostly, because of the ones where it involves grinding. And that's when I gave those games up. Because I was just like, I'm not having fun, like, doing this repeatedly over and over and over again. The only time that becomes fun is if what you're actually doing is fun. But when it's like, when you read online that somebody, has figured out a way so you can tape down a button and then just leave it and it'll do it for you, that's when you know that it's not fun.
Yeah, totally.
It's that's the thing I didn't enjoy about it.
But that's what most people are getting confused about with Destiny, is that when there's the grind, it's not necessarily the grind, because you're constantly doing stuff that's pretty good. It reminds me more of Phantasy Star Online than World of Warcraft, because you're not going out and killing loads of boars to get a little bit of XP and stuff like that. You're actually doing shit that's enjoyable and that you can get into, which is what I felt about Phantasy Star. You played Phantasy Star, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that definitely, because that was a game that didn't feel like you were doing that, did it? It didn't feel like you were
but you were still doing the same levels over and over again against the same enemies and stuff like that. But the actual act of playing the game was really good, and really good fun. So you didn't feel that you were, I don't know, that you didn't feel like you were totally addicted to the systems and stuff like that. It was more that you were addicted to the gameplay, and I think that's important. And that's how I feel about Destiny, I guess. But I'm getting to a stage now with it where basically it's all about earning legendary marks, right? That's important because you can buy high level gear and weapons and stuff with your legendary marks. To get legendary marks, you've got to, you do a daily task, you do a daily, multiplayer match and stuff like that. And it's all good. But now I'm at a stage where it doesn't matter how many legendary marks I've got, then you can't really do much with them, because everything you can buy is already under level compared to what I've already got. And then, so that side of the game is kind of dead to me, which is a shame, because it's been my favourite part of the game, since it come out. And now it's kind of like, well, the only way to get high level gear is, again, random drops or, sitting doing the raid. Which I'll do eventually, because, the raids are fucking excellent in this game, but, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it's not that, my wind from my sails have been knocked out, this week, I think, because my usual routine and everything to get stuff done, is now gone. Bit depressing, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, don't be down. It's, today's not so bad. Yeah, things are like that. I mean, I've been playing.
Don't get down. My day's been not so bad.
Yeah, I didn't say my day. I said the day has not been so bad. Not my day.
Yeah, I know, but my day's been terrible.
Oh, okay.
Selfish.
Yeah, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, I've been playing some stuff. I've been playing Dark Souls, obviously. And but the only other thing I played is something I'm not going to talk about for long, because you probably don't care or played it years ago or whatever. Which is, do you remember Thomas Was Alone?
Oh, that's a cracker.
Yeah. See, I haven't played. I've had it for ages and ages and ages, but I've never got around to playing it. So this week I finally actually played it, and yeah, it's nice.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to the end. What did you play on?
Well, this is the thing. I played it on iOS because I had it on there.
Okay.
And the thing is about it, though, is that it never really feels like it quite gets going, like the game. As in, it's really good. The atmosphere is brilliant. The storytelling is really, really nice as well. But it feels a bit like they give you all the mechanics for, like, starting to do puzzles and stuff. But it doesn't last very long before it kind of ends, and then you don't feel like I didn't really feel like he'd really fulfilled the potential with what he could have done with all the mechanics that he introduced. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but isn't that refreshing to play a game where it's not just drumming home the same mechanics and stuff?
I think so. But I mean, the other thing about it was this is probably because I played it on iOS, so it's maybe different on other console. What did you play on?
Mac, I think.
Okay, because
Macintosh computer.
The way it works on iOS is kind of annoying for, like, selecting the character, because you have to tap the screen to a certain bit to get it, and it starts to get quite fiddly. And that was where, towards the end, I did actually. I mean, this is contrary to what I just said, but I started to feel relieved that it was near the end, because as the puzzles were getting trickier, the controls were becoming more irritating.
Right.
And so I was quite kind of pleased. But it's still a really nice game, especially the music. The music is really good.
See, that would have been my main complaint. When I heard it was out on iOS, I thought, and Vita, because it come out on Vita, I was like, that's great, because then you could just touch the characters. Because when
it doesn't work like that.
What's that?
You don't touch it doesn't work like that. You don't touch the character. It has like a a thing like has these like sort of sliders at the side, and you have to like tap them to select the character.
Oh,
so it's like, and the trouble with
great.
and then the trouble is it doesn't indicate which one it is. So towards the end, sometimes there's like 7 or so things, and you're like tapping through each one to try and find which one it is that you're trying to select, which is kind of annoying. It's
that sounds it. Yeah, but on the pad, it was like you have to scroll constantly, and it did get a little bit tedious. It was like, okay, all right, fuck, But I don't know. It's a good video game.
Yeah, it's a nice game. I'm looking forward to what he does next because he's
already out. You donut.
Is it okay?
Volume, yeah.
What was it like? Is it any good?
Just play it. I've not played it myself, but yeah. I think it's a very different game. It's not had the same word of mouth praise as Thomas Was Alone did, but it's like a stealth game.
Oh, okay.
Do you like stealth games?
Not really.
No, I remember you absolutely hated Dishonored, didn't you?
Oh, don't start that.
That was a stealth game.
It was not a stealth. I didn't play it stealth. I played it killing lots of people.
Did you?
It's much more fun. Yeah, playing it that way. I've played loads of stealth games. I really like the Splinter Cell series. But I don't know. Often I get irritated. I haven't got the time to play that.
Splinter Cell series. That's not something you hear every day. That you know that.
Well, I used to. Okay, a long time ago, I used to like it. It's not so good now.
Oh well. All right. Okay. We need to talk Dark Souls because this is quite a late phone call. Really, I haven't heard from you in over a week.
Yeah.
Where the fuck have you been?
Well, also because there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, but do you want to talk about it after Dark Souls?
What, another game?
Well, it's not a game. I wanted to talk about the NX stuff. But,
why?
What do you mean, why? Aren't you interested? I forgot you don't care, do you, about Nintendo stuff?
Little bit. Oh, the NX stuff. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Right. For some reason, my head said NXE. The new Xbox experience. I thought you were going to tell us about, how an advert for Lynx has wound you up or something. Go on. What? Yeah, what? Who cares?
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to go on to Dark Souls or?
Yeah, let's do Dark Souls first, then we do the NX.
Alright, okay. So anyway, yeah, it's been how long? About a week or so since I last called you.
About a week.
I've been sick, so I haven't played it that much. Right. But then I did get back into it over the last couple of days. And I'm glad I did, because I finished the Tomb of the Giants.
Hey!
I've done that. Yeah,
so you met my mate, old Nito.
I did, yeah. I'll get to that in a second. I mean, to be honest, the whole area, it's not a bad area. It's quite...
I hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the betrayal. That bit was quite fun.
The what?
With the betrayal.
Oh, you understood that bit, yeah? That was my little hint.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's quite fun.
What was his name? What was the guy's name?
I don't remember. Did you kill him?
Oh, man, we got to remember his name. How can we forget that?
No clue.
Something like Jester or Joker or...
I think it was Jester, actually.
Was it? Oh, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. It can't be the first thing that popped into my head, because that wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, okay, so what happens doesn't he, tell you to look over the edge or something, and then he pushes you off?
Yeah. Yeah, he says, we're both travellers, we're both looking for stuff, have a look over there, that kind of thing. So you go over, it's pretty cheap. So you go over there, and then he pushes you in, and you end up down at the bottom. Then I got attacked by 2 guys, so killed them.
Do you know who they were?
No, who were they?
They were, I don't know if you ever saw, near Firelink Shrine, there was a lady and 2 bodyguards up by, when you go towards the lift to the Undead Parish.
Mm-hmm.
There was a woman hanging there next to all the pots, right by that lift.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's her and her bodyguards, and you can find her down there and talk to her. But yeah,
because there was a woman down there, and I talked to her afterwards.
Yeah, that was her. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, they're all dead now.
Yeah, they're quite. If I remember correctly, they're a bit of a difficult fight, right?
No, it's not that difficult.
No,
I thought it was quite easy. Yeah, so it wasn't too difficult.
And then you found the little totem guys.
Yeah. Now they're quite cool. I quite like that. Do you mean like those sort of tower of just bones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like those. I thought that was quite nice.
What did you like about them?
I don't know. They were kind of they look kind of cool in a really creepy way. And also, like, when you discover, like, the boss, obviously, it's kind of a hint of what's coming with the boss.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you know that there's some dodgy shit going on down in that place.
Yeah. So I kind of like... But the area before the boss...
Hold on. Let's not get off of the betrayal, right? So what did you do from there? Did you go back up and talk to him at any point?
I went back up, and I talked to him, but I don't know why, but I let him off. I just thought... Oh,
you absolute mug. Yeah, no, right. I totally killed him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I mean, I think it's kind of technically the wrong thing to do when I killed him, but I didn't care. I was just like, you just kicked me off a fucking edge, mate. So yeah, I totally battered the fuck out of him.
I was just kind of like, no harm done. I got some stuff from down there.
You love a good practical joke. That's your problem, aren't you?
Yeah.
You got me, mate.
You got me. Yeah,
So did you...
that again? It's just...
Oh, you scamp. Did you meet him a second time then? Because doesn't he fucks you over a second time, if I remember correctly?
That didn't happen to me.
Yeah, there's something about a bridge, and you're on a bridge, and then he fucks you over on the bridge or something.
No, that didn't happen to me.
So is he back at Filing Shrine for you?
I don't know, I haven't been back there yet.
Well, apparently, if you don't kill him, then he goes back to Filing Shrine, and that's why I shouldn't have killed him. But I'm not having that. You got to have principles, you know what I mean? You got to turn around and go, no, I'm not being mugged off. Not like that. That's just, especially if they're like, ooh, look down there. Whoop, I kicked you down. That's not a funny joke, mate. That's the sort of joke, right? Little practical joke that rugby fans do on each other. It's like, yeah, boy, I kicked you in the nuts. Haha, that's funny. No, that's not funny. That's you kicking me in the nuts. Don't kick me in the nuts. That's the rule.
Did you have bad experiences at school that were like this?
I just know a lot of rugby fans that think touching each other's cock is funny. And every now and then you got to go, no, touch my cock's not funny. Don't touch my cock. That's the new rule now. Don't touch my penis.
It's like don't touch my cock. That's basic. Yeah, just don't do that.
It's basic. It's a basic rule. Look, I'm not being funny. I'm not, homophobic or anything. There's nothing like that going on. It's just, I don't want my cock touched. If a woman did it to me, I'd be like, please don't touch my cock. It's just, but then they're like, rugby people are like, yeah, you know what we did the other day? We shit in the shower head of our mate, and he showered in his own shit. Well, that sounds horrible. It sounds horrific. What are you doing with your life? Stop shitting in shower heads. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of rugby.
Yeah, it's that went off on a really weird tangent. But yeah, it's...
Sorry about that. What were we talking about? We were talking about that rugby supporting mug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you're not as... you're a lot more forgiving than I am, put it that way.
Yeah, well, I've had to have been friends with you for all these years.
That's a good point, especially when you turn into a robot every now and then. Because that's what's just happened. Go on. So where did you go from there?
Because after that, I started going further down, obviously. But to be honest, I found the whole area a bit irritating for a while because of the whole fact that it's dark and you can't see anything. That really, and also the skeletons, those massive skeletons were kind of annoying as well because, you can't see them coming and then they're big. But, they're not difficult to defeat, but they're just big and annoying. But after falling down into the hole, you get that shield, the one that gives you more light.
Oh, was it a shield?
Yeah.
Wasn't it a lantern?
It's a lantern, but you put it on your arm. It's not the same.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I used that, and then that made things a lot simpler. But the route down to the boss is kind of annoying as well. You probably remember it. Do you remember it?
I sprinted it because for starters, I did him with one Nito.
Really?
Yeah. It was I think it was one of the only times that I'd done a boss in one hit. Or not one hit, but one attempt. And I sprinted down there as fast as I could because I hated the area. Like, I hated not being able to see what was coming. All of a sudden there was because it was those dogs that fucked me up more than anything.
Well, it's those skeletons that are like on all fours that are like cutting you.
I thought they were dogs.
They're horrible. And they're really annoying because, like, for me, if you give them like an inch, they totally just eviscerate you. You know, you're dead. You know, they can kill you with like in a couple of hits.
Like a wife. Yeah, no, I mean, they would absolutely take me out, and I think I was a little bit underleveled in that area, so I was constantly getting beaten anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, making my way down to try and find the bonfires was kind of annoying, like to try and find where they were. And in the end, I kind of did exactly what you did, which was that I just ran.
Yeah, that's really it.
Because because the thing is they took too long to fight as well, each one, and there was no guarantee you weren't going to get totally wrecked like on the way down there. So in the end, yeah, just leg it. But then, you know, you get to that room, which is, it's got all like the Pinwheel Juniors in it.
I think so, yeah. The sort of area with little, not bridges, but little pathways all over the place. Yeah.
And that has got probably the most disturbing thing in the game that I've had so far. Like, the only thing that's made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, were these the baby things?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
It's kind of horrible, isn't it? And it's the one they're sort of like crawling around and just like crawling on you, and it's just not very nice.
And they're really easy to kill as well, which makes it even worse. Like, it's just kind of like, oh, mate.
Because I fell in there at one point and I was like, no, I'm not going in there again. I'm going to avoid going in there. Because, like you said, it's really easy to kill them, but it's just kind of, it doesn't feel right. You know, it felt worse, that bit. Didn't like it.
Fuck, I'd forgotten all about that. Shit. Yeah, again, there's bound to be a lore thing behind it.
Yeah.
But my word. Yeah, that was deep.
It's the only thing in the game so far that has made me feel a bit uncomfortable. You know, that's been a bit kind of like, that's not, you know, because the other stuff's all just like standard, like RPG horror kind of things, but that was a bit like, yeah, that's not so nice.
Yeah, I know, but like, not without artistic credit, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, sure. Yeah.
Not at any point did I think this is too much. This is exploitative or anything like that. I genuinely thought there's a reason that these babies are down here, and there's a reason why I'm feeling absolutely disgusted with myself.
No, totally. It's like it made me feel uncomfortable, but yeah, not as in like I need to write to the Daily Mail. You know, like, just
again. Yeah. I know that's your favourite pastime, isn't it?
Ban this sick filth, you know, that kind of thing.
That was deep. Right, okay.
So then on to the boss, and the thing that was annoying about the boss, like that I found irritating in the beginning, is when you fall down to fight him, you lose like a substantial amount of your health just from the fall, and I couldn't figure out some way to stop that from happening. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that at all.
And then also, you got all those like, you got the skeletons, other skeletons all attacking you at the same time.
Yeah, but that's why I was telling you to, that's one of the most important reasons to make your weapon divine. Because, if you don't, they keep respawning those skeletons. So, I mean, they're pretty easy to kill, aren't they? So, what I did is I ran straight in, absolutely battered any skeleton that I saw, and then it just made the whole boss fight a piece of piss.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's only really one move you need to look out for, isn't it? The spikes coming up from the floor. That's annoying, and also when he does that kind of like area effects kind of thing, where it's like a big kind of explosion kind of thing, which also takes out the skeletons as well, which is handy though. I don't even remember seeing that. I think he was already dead in my game by the time he was even thinking about doing that. Well, I mean, in the end, I took probably three attempts, I think, and then I did it. But it was like, actually, I kind of brute forced it, to be honest, in the sense that I used Estes flags, Estes flasks. Just waving a flag about. Yeah, waving your flags at him. Yeah, but then also I used humanity as well, just to regain my health again, and then just kept on whacking him until he died. And I was quite pleased when he was dead, but. It wasn't like those other fights where I just felt, it wasn't like the Four Kings, which just felt ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. I mean, you hated the two fights after that, didn't you? So it's good to have like a fight that actually feels like it's not utter bullshit. Yeah. Even if it is, a little bit easier than some of the others. What did you think of Nito himself though? Again, kind of, horrible, I guess, but not. I know it was interesting. It's an interesting design, because it's all the bodies, isn't it? It's all just like loads of bodies, all just like mashed up together. Yeah. I just thought he looked fantastic. Like, real sort of intimidating, horrific without being too cliche. Even though, technically when you think about it, it's pretty cliche, isn't it? It's a skeleton wearing lots of skeletons. But it's like, it never feels that it goes into sort of pathetic B-movie horror. It's just what it is, do you know what I mean? And I think it works quite well. It was just a shame. It was kind of a shame that I beat him so easily, but then at the same time, he was a slow moving boss and he had to be because of the way he looked. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I liked it. I liked the area and I liked the boss. I just didn't find it that challenging.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I know. I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't bad at all. It was, yeah. So
here's where we're at, next, James. Here's where we're at. You've got one Lord Soul to get. One.
Really?
And then you can take on Gwyn.
And that's the end of the game, yeah?
Is it Gwyn? I can't remember his name. That's the end of the game. You're collecting the last Lord Soul, then you take on the final boss. This is exciting. So you are literally entering the last areas of the game now, because the boss is just accessed straight away. There's no area to discover and get to the end of to fight him. So, this is it. This is literally the home straight. This time next week, you could have completed it.
That'd be cool. I like the idea of that.
So here we go. You are going to the Duke's Archives. They are,
is it,
go on.
Is
You're
it difficult?
Going to interrupt, at least follow it through. The boss.
Is it difficult? No, the Duke's Archives, is it difficult?
It's not so much difficult as it is confusing. Because I think you'll love this area. I genuinely think you'll love this area. The Crystal Caves, maybe not so much because it leads onto the Crystal Caves. But I think the Duke's Archives will really sort of give you that final sort of lift that you need towards the end. I really, really like the Duke's Archives. I think I think it's very clever what it does and how it looks and everything. So what I will say is make sure you've got curse resistant, either a curse resistant ring or armor on, because you'll need that for the boss. But yeah, the Duke's Archives is up in Anor Londo.
I thought it was going to be there. Is that because there was that big sort of temple place that I was like barred off
to the left-hand side?
Yeah, because I remember when I killed the Four Kings. Was it the Four Kings? One of them that disappeared, like the barrier disappeared. So yeah, okay.
That's where you're going. You'll know you're going in the right direction because there'll be a few hallways with armadillos in them. So those again, really? Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be. It's going to be revenge. It's going to be revenge time. I'm looking forward to it.
Literally hear you rubbing your hands together.
I actually was. But yeah, go on.
So so that's where you're heading. Cool.
Okay.
See how you get on there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'd be good. Because to be honest, I'm liking the game a lot again. After that, it was more fun. It was it was good.
Yeah, part of me thinks we shouldn't have taken you through some of the worst areas in the game back to back. But then part of me thinks, actually, this means that this last area is actually this will really sort of kick you back into gear.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to find it very hard to finish this area, the next area you're coming up to, and not have a crack at the boss. I'm telling you.
You mean the final boss?
The final boss, yeah.
So what happens? Okay, what are we going to do with this? Do you want me to call you before I do it, or do you want me to just do it, or what do you think?
I think you should call me before you take on the final boss.
Okay.
Or should you? You decide. Surprise me.
Okay.
Just do what you feel's right.
Okay.
Because at this point, it's all down to you. It's all down to keeping momentum and doing what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I believe in you, James. James Farley-Farlon.
Cool. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this bit because this has been a lot of fun. This game has been overall. It's been a lot of fun.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do once it's over?
I'm certainly not going to play Dark Souls 2. That's not happening.
No, I know. It's got to take a big Yeah. Shit, man.
It's gonna be a while until I start that, because but this has been awesome. I mean, the other day I was in the shower and I was thinking about the game, and I don't know why I was thinking about it in the shower. I just was.
I just threw up in my mouth, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a good shower. It's really hot. Yeah.
This is really hard. All of my bad. All of my hard bad. Cool.
But yeah, I was toying with the idea of starting again and just thinking maybe with a different kind of character. And then I was just thinking, no, why would I do that?
You will, though. The moment you beat it, you'll put straight into New Game Plus, and chances are you will sort of just do probably the Undead Burg again, and then you'll think, oh, what if I do a new character? What if I get into magic this time?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking something like a bit different, but I don't know. I don't think I could do that.
James, you're going to become one of those guys.
No, I'm not.
The one bro guys. The next game you play, I feel sorry for, because you're going to be like, oh, this is bullshit. Can see what, in Dark Souls, the good thing is that it's hard.
It's good because it's really difficult, you know.
The thing is, when you listen back to everything people say, like it's like, oh yeah, they're actually right.
Yeah.
And there's me bumbling around going, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Shit. Fuck.
But good.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about the NX set quickly, or not really?
Go on. What do you want to say about it?
Well, what do you think? I mean, do you care at all? I mean, have you heard the rumours that have been flying around?
Yeah. I've heard
you
the rumours.
so don't care, do you? It's like, you know.
Not really. I mean, until we get something to look at, then yeah. But it's all we're hearing is that it's going to be really powerful. We heard the same thing about the Wii U.
Yeah.
Oh, it's it's going to be a portable thing and a handheld thing.
Yeah.
I just kind of think, does anyone want that?
I do.
Like, really? Do you want to? Well, I suppose it's good for when the kids are about and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if I can play something in Mario Kart 8's quality on the go, I'd be very happy with that.
That would not bother me at all, because I never play video games on the go anyway.
Okay.
I've got freeze. I don't need anything else. The thing that I wish they would said was like the thing. What I want them to say is, look, we've got third-party developers back on board. We're sorted. Do you know what I mean? Because their idea of a console, this, if it's, you know, the rumours are to be believed, I only really care if that's got things like Destiny on it. Do you know what I mean? Because Destiny would be perfect for that. In my lunch break, just sitting up and doing a few patrol missions. Perfect. Yeah. You know, as much as I love Nintendo, they're not made for those games that you have to play there and then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, there's no FIFA. There's no I can guarantee you now that any Nintendo fans are sitting listening to this are going absolutely insane. We don't want FIFA. Fuck your FIFA. Yeah, but I do.
Yeah, I know. See, I get you, because I can see both sides, because I like Nintendo stuff a lot, but also, yeah, I like the other stuff as well. But I just don't think it's gonna be like whatever they do. You see, I was listening today. They were talking about like what they're doing. They've got like a Nintendo like development program they're starting to they just released. But it sounds more like they're courting like indie developers than like big companies. And I think that's cool. What they're going to go for. It's going to be like that and their own content, and that's it. I don't think they're going to bother with like EA and all those companies, because that ship's sailed.
But then I heard rumours that the whole idea behind the console was to subscribe to Nintendo games as opposed to buying them.
That's a terrible idea. It's that will never work.
It depends. I mean, if they get it right, then it could be an excellent idea. But let's face it, you know, I love Nintendo and everything, but they very rarely get this sort of thing right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's usually like even Mario Maker, man. Hey, get a code. Oh, I want to see what levels my friends have made. You can't, but...
Yeah, see, that's the other insane thing, isn't it? It should be like, with that, it should have been that when you booted it up, it said, oh, these friends are playing it. Do you want to subscribe to their feed of what they're doing?
Yeah.
You know, just something like that, but it doesn't do anything like that, obviously. It's like,
it should be its own social network thing, you know what I mean?
I know, and they've already got all that there, like with Miiverse and everything, but they just don't bother, you know, like linking stuff. It's funny though, because Rachel was playing the other day, and she was playing like Zelda, and she's been like writing things on Miiverse using my account.
Oh, excellent! I've got to see this.
But what's worse is she's got more years than I get. Like seriously, she got like years on it because it like flashes up to say you've got like a reply, and I was like, oh, that's weird. So I'd look at that, and then I was like, oh, I didn't write that. Rachel did, and it's all like bad spelling and stuff. But other people think it was good. Maybe
they think they're feeling sorry for you. They think you're having some sort of a breakdown.
It does kind of look like that because it's. Hang on, I'll see what one of them said. She really really likes Wind Waker. Like the whole thing, and she was like just. I'll tell you what she said. It's not that interesting, actually. Forget it. It's not that interesting.
It's like what do you call it? Like when you go on Facebook and people using likes or whatever, but like they're sort of saying like as in they support the person.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work in the context that if you take it as a literal like it's like my nan passed away today.
David Turner's likes this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you always say shit like that. Got arrested today on the DUI.
Yeah.
David Turner likes this.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Oh well.
Never mind. We'll see what happens.
Great informative chat about the new Nintendo console.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to know anything for ages anyway. But I just think the whole thing about it being very powerful, I think, is most likely going to be bollocks because they don't do that.
What's the point in having all that power if you're not going to get some of the best developers in the world? And
yeah.
I shouldn't really say that because, that's implying that only AAA developers, third-party developers are the best developers in the world, and that's not necessarily the case.
They just need Jonathan Blow. That's all they need. And they've got everything.
Fucking hell. That new game of his looks a bit drab, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Hasn't got enough guns. That's the problem.
It needs some chainsaw guns, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Old Johnny boy. Oh well. Alright. Okay. I'm really fucking tired. Has that been obvious tonight?
Yeah, pretty obvious. Yeah, you've been pretty dismissive about most stuff. So yeah, it's usually when you're tired you're like that. So
I've had a really bad day, man.
Yeah.
And all I wanted to do was come home and play a little bit of Life is Strange and weep my cold little heart out. But instead, I'm sitting here talking to some mug.
Yeah, well, this is nearly done now, so then you won't have to do that anymore. It's
that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We have a end of season party wrap up show.
Yeah, we should do something, especially because also I want to do another law one as well because I've got questions.
Andy and Sean are definitely up for that. You know what they're like. Anything Dark Souls, mate, they fucking cream themselves.
Yeah.
Andy's listening to this already complaining about how I haven't mentioned, I don't know, some sort of fucking wizard or whatever's in the game. But it's really important. No, I don't.
See, that's the thing. Like this game, I've mostly just enjoyed it based on the mechanics. Like just on the gameplay. The story and the lore side of things, because I'm not allowed to look anything up. It's kind of passed me by, most of it. So it's just got me on the gameplay.
Well, once you start hearing, the problem is once we do that lore episode, the first thing you want to do is like boot it up again. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be a fucking problem. It might be a series 2 where we actually no, I'm not even going to talk about that yet. We're not going to do anything.
Nope.
That's it.
Okay.
Don't want to talk to James ever again.
All right. Well, go to bed or play Life is Strange or whatever. I'm going to go to bed.
Okay then, mate. Well, I'll see you.
Yeah, see you around.
I'll see you around. Bye, babe.
Bye-bye.